Now, Simon Kelner is the editor of The Independent and the I newspaper, which I've described as the kind of thinking man and women's Metro. And it's been a fantastic success, selling 175,000 copies a day. So successful that it's launching a weekend edition this Saturday. And Simon is one of the great newspaper men of this era, and I think that this I newspaper is going to perhaps blaze a trail where others will have to follow. But let's hear from the man himself. Simon Kelner, welcome to the show.
Thanks, George. That's one of the best introductions I've ever had, actually.
Well, I mean it. The Independent is a must on a daily basis, but I've been really impressed by the I newspaper. Tell us about the genesis of it, would you?
Well, it came from a long period of research, really, in which, all you needed to do was look at the figures, and readers have been deserting quality newspapers for a number of years now. And there's a number of reasons for that, but one of the reasons is that people are leading ever busier lifestyles in a modern world, and they don't quite the traditional offerings of quality newspapers don't quite fit into their lifestyles. So we listened to what they said, and what we've done is designed a paper that has quality and brevity and clarity that's easy to read. It's at a very affordable price, and basically it's quite a simple formula, really, George, which is just to give people what they want.
Well, that's right. I mean, a good friend of mine, now at the Telegraph, who was at the Daily Mail, was responsible for the launch of the Metro, and there were some months, as you know, when the Metro was in the balance, whether or not it would have either succeeded or sunk him and everybody connected with it. But it went on to become a big success. Now, the Metro is brief, and I suppose to some extent it's clear, but it's not really quality. And it seems to me that what you've achieved in the I newspaper are these three things: brevity, clarity, and quality.
Yeah, I think the key is quality, really, George. I mean, Metro is a very, very good product for its audience, and it has the great merit of being free as well. But it wouldn't be described as a quality newspaper because all the journalism in I is derived from its parent newspaper, The Independent, which I think you would recognise as a quality newspaper.
Indeed.
I is a quality newspaper by a different means, I suppose.
Yeah. Now, one of the interesting things, looking at the notes that were given me tonight, is that it actually hasn't damaged the sale of the mother ship, the mother paper. Tell us about that.
Well, we've been quite surprised by that. It hasn't, to be truthful, it hasn't really damaged the sales of any of our rivals either. But we certainly expected it to take, a fairly substantial bite out of the daily sale of The Independent. It hasn't seemed to have done that. And what we're believing from that evidence is that what we've done is expanded the market. A lot of the people who are buying I are young people who haven't necessarily bought quality newspapers before, or don't buy them on a regular basis. People who've fallen out of the market for whatever reason, they don't regularly buy a quality newspaper anymore. And as I say, it's expanded the market and hasn't really dented the circulation of any of our rivals, although circulations, as I've said, of quality newspapers have been going down for some years now.
Well, indeed. Now, you've gone this route. Mr. Murdoch has gone the electronic route, I suppose, with the iPad offering of the Times and the paywall behind which his titles are sheltering. I haven't seen figures for some time about how that's doing. Are these different paths, or are you going to end up electronic too?
Well, I think in the end, George, that we'll all end up at the same point. How we get there and where that point is of course one of the great challenges for our industry at the moment. We're all doing different things. We're all pursuing different courses, and to a certain extent, we're in an unfamiliar position of cheering Rupert Murdoch on from the sidelines, because of course, if the great British public and the public overseas are educated in the way of paying for their online offering, and that becomes de rigueur, if you like, I think we'll all be a lot happier, because one of the problems for our industry is that we give or most of us, give our most precious assets, our content, away for nothing on the internet.
Yeah. Now, finally, the Independent, it is are you, was always the slogan. Since you have been in the grip of a former KGB agent, Mr. Lebedev, how's he doing?
I think embrace is a better word than grip, actually.
You would say that, wouldn't you? The grip or embrace of Mr. Lebedev, how is that going? Is he hands-off?
Completely. I mean, he's very hands-on in the way, in the sense that he's deeply committed to the future of the papers. He believes in a free press. He believes in in the power of the printed word, and he's prepared to invest in quality journalism. And there's no doubt, without the backing of the Lebedev family, the Independent wouldn't exist today. And I think, for the plurality of voices in the British press, it would have been a sad day. So we're lucky to have such committed owners as the Lebedev family, and they've shown by their commitment so far that they're going to be good owners of the Independent.
Well, the very best of luck to you, indeed. Simon Kelner, editor of the Independent and the iNewspaper, whose Saturday edition launches tomorrow.